Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines. My name is Kelsey and we are back into Lunchington Placetown, the awesome city that is this tiny little growing guy of almost 2,500 people. So in the last episode we again grew to about 2,500 people, and I'm going to go ahead and unpause it and get this show on the road. We are growing steadily for sure, and like I said in the end of the last episode, I'm going to totally revamp our little highway system. We've got a lot of commercial demand right now, and this whole everything kind of needs to get deleted. We do have quite a bit of money. I don't know if that's quite enough money to do what I want to do yet, but before I actually do start on that, I just wanted to do a few little announcements I noticed when I was recording the last episode and I was editing it. First off, Sunshafts, the mod of Sunshafts. In the first episode, I mentioned how awful it was, like how there was a button over here. Well, the mod author thankfully quickly updated it, and now if you press it, and it's really tiny because I'm actually playing and recording at 144p, which is awesome because the aliasing, you'll notice, is a lot more improved compared to last episode, and I noticed how bad it was, and I was like, holy crap, that needs to get solved. Unfortunately, the game doesn't seem to support, like graphic card, options for, you know, sort of, applying it with your graphics card control panel. That's what I was trying to say, like forcing it with your graphics card control panel. Doesn't let you do that for some reason, so I just, I did it at a higher resolution. If I actually go to options, you see I just selected it from 1080p. I have a 1080p monitor, so this is just downscaling to 1080p for me, but it's making a higher quality video. Anyways, so we have Sunshafts now at a toggleable little thing if we press F8 on and off, and I also noticed if I press F7, I have this little debug menu for the camera position mod, and it gives you the little controls and all that, so that's really cool. But yeah, if we go to F8, I can toggle Sunshafts on or off, and as you can see, it's a nice little effect that you can really only see when you're down there. So if I toggle it off and then press tab, actually let's go into full camera awesome mode, and then if we go down to here, we can get some cool little views of some sun shadows, or some, you know, god rays, sunshafts, that's what we call them, and they look really nice like that for sure. But anyways, not all that, you know, crazy of a mod. It definitely doesn't drop performance, which is great. I'm trying to get out of, oh, I have to press tab and then exit. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, it's not that crazy of a game changer. Just makes things look a little bit nicer, and I like that. If it's not gonna make a huge performance drop, I'll for sure add on anything that's gonna make the game look a little bit nicer. Anyways, that was the first thing I wanted to mention. Also, I noticed that my garbage budget could probably be lowered. That was a little weird sort of stutter there. Taxes are doing pretty good. I'm still not gonna tax industry quite yet, but I think garbage is actually, like, really good. I don't think we need garbage to be quite that high, so I'm gonna lower it. It's only 160 anyway. Yeah, I mean, I can afford that. I'm gonna leave it at 100. I just wanted to take a look at it because I noticed that it was at 100, but we can leave it there. Do we have any hospitals? See, I could probably lower the healthcare capacity right now. Like, I could lower healthcare quite a lot. So I'll put that to like 80, because it is 400, you know, that's quite a lot. And in the early game, you do want to micromanage these things just because money means a lot more now than it will later. And so we could probably lower fire to probably 80 as well, until it becomes a problem. Again, I'm going to micromanage these things. Do we have a police force? We do, yeah. Again, gonna lower that. Police forces, like, I've never had like the police be an issue in any city. It's like they're just really simple. The police seem to do a really good job, which is kind of a, I don't know, maybe that's the game developers sort of making a play at how cops maybe don't do their jobs as well in all other parts of the world in real life. Anyways, not gonna get political here like I did in the last episode. We do need to plant some schools. Again, they are quite expensive, $10,000 for a elementary and $24,000 for a high school, so I'm gonna get the roads, the actual highways done, and then we will invest into our education, which will become important when we start doing more commercial work and we eventually unlock offices, which are right here, and I think industrial even, for the raw. I think forestry actually could have level 2 workers, which I think is high school. Anyways, don't quote me on that. And I put a note in so I wouldn't forget to decorate with trees, because we did unlock parks and recreation, or decoration I should say. And so if I select a tree like this, normally in the vanilla game, you'd have to just work with one tree at a time, and you know, that's not like awful, but it's pretty awful. So if I use my number pad, and I have to put numcap on, I can make these awesome huge effects, and then if I select like, I think there's like a generic tree one. Yeah, generic tree, okay. That way it won't just be the same tree, but yeah, I can just sort of plop up all these trees over here, and I'll go more thorough later, but it's a really, really nice mod that wasn't included in the vanilla game, and unfortunately right now I think this hasn't been fixed, but all the trees, when you use that tree brush mod, are for free, whereas trees normally in the vanilla game cost like... Do they cost money? I could have sworn that somewhere I heard that that was like a thing of like an issue sort of. Anyways, not a big deal. I don't really give a shit. It just makes the city look so much prettier. Like that's why I left the 2-inch gaps, the 2 block gaps, so that I could plant trees, and it really will make the city look a lot prettier. But we'll do more trees and all that later. I want to get the highways fixed, because that's going to be the biggest issue. So with all that said, I think I'm gonna wait till we get to about 50 grand until I demolish all this stuff and replace it with some highway things. But I think we can just let the city go for a moment. And I did get a cool little camera view here, so we can do like a before and after with the highway. So this is how it's gonna look. Or this is how it looks now, and this is not how it's gonna look. So, yeah. I think we're probably about there, right? Yep, we're at 50,000, and we're getting a lot of money since I decreased some of that budget stuff. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is, yeah, I think we're just gonna demolish the non-highway bits for the moment. It does feel good to demolish this stuff. It was looking real ugly. And then we're just probably gonna have to break off that road, probably that road, probably that road. And now we've just got highway and a whole bunch of clear space. And I think I'm gonna get rid of that too, because it wasn't really doing anything in the first place. And there we go. Now, thankfully, the developers added one-ways to be able to, like, you can go stretch out your road, and because highways are one-ways, you know, it's obviously, like, it's a highway, has to be a one-way, you can build both highways like this, and then because this is the other way highway, this is the other side that shouldn't actually go, you know, this way, but it should go that way, you can upgrade them by right-clicking them, and it'll change the direction of the one-way. Anyways, I just thought I'd point that out, because it wasn't like that always, and it was a total bitch to get these things to line up right. So, anyways, I kind of was thinking about doing an elevated highway, and, now that I actually do think about that for a second, I think I want to buy this space. But let's take another look. Let's, do the camera so we have a little bit wider of a field of view. So I definitely want to... and the cursor's a little bit smaller because I'm downscaling, by the way. I just thought I'd mention that. So I want to build this highway definitely out to here, something like that. And then there's like no highway besides this one highway that I can see. Oh, there is one over here. Okay. So probably something like this, although I'm not so sure about that. Is there any highway to the right? This guy, this highway just sort of curves around like that, but I can't really get a whole view of it, which is a little unfortunate. Kind of prevents me from thinking ahead completely, but certainly we can push this highway out to here and maybe just do a U-turn for the moment until we have enough money to like fully complete it over here. So yeah, I guess we'll just do that for the moment. We don't necessarily need to buy that space, but I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to just so that we... And that sucks, because it's like the highway could easily kind of run into this space as well. But we'll buy this space. Plenty of land to build on. And it would have been probably wise to buy this space as well for our hydro turbines, just because that's where all the good wind is on the water, but for the moment I just want to get this highway done, and we're probably not even going to have enough money to like build the highway in this square anyways, but you know, I'm full of unwise decisions, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy out, and again, I'm not sure if I want to do this elevated or not. I feel like I probably should, but maybe for the moment we're just not going to. So we'll build you like that. I'm just trying to think, because I want to do a roundabout exiting sort of maneuver like right here. I almost feel like I should maybe build that now. That means I'm going to have to demolish like all these exits and stuff, and I'm not sure if it's worth it right now, but I know that that would be sort of future-proofing this whole thing, and it would allow for U-turns. Maybe I should just do that. This is going to get expensive really quick. I hope that I don't regret this, but I think I'm just going to do a roundabout kind of thing here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So we're going to demolish all of that. We're going to have to demolish these exits because they're going to lead into the roundabout. And I should probably have like an image of what this should look like pulled up on my second monitor, but you know, we'll have to just do it by the balls, if you know what I mean. So, oh yeah, that's kind of how I want it to look. Not completely, but a little bit. It's not going to be 2 roundabouts. I think it's just going to be 1 roundabout. Is that even like... It's actually not that expensive, but the highways are so close to each other compared to how these highways are, and that would mean I have to sort of make it look derpy, and I don't want to do that if I don't have to. But yeah, I've got... Oh man, this is the... what is this one called? Pinavia. This is a real-life interchange that, if you can sort of see it, it actually uses the off-ramps instead of just using highways for the interchange, and it allows single lanes to be diverted into different directions instead of just going highway to highway, which I think is really, really interesting. And that one's pretty large, but I think I have smaller ones. Yeah, see, that's a smaller version of the same thing. And then even another kind of smallish one. I have these all in a mod collection I'm going to link down in the description for all of my mods that I'm using in this playthrough, so don't you worry your little face off about trying to remember the names. We could just build a roundabout, though, and sort of just connect the, how much is that? 25 grand. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I want to use the Pinavia guy eventually, but, like, if I were to use that here, that means I would have to demolish this entire thing, and that's not what I want to do right now. And I can easily make a roundabout by hand right now. I know how to do that, but, I think it would probably be a better idea to just place one, maybe. Maybe it would be a better idea. I don't know if it would. Because we want this to be a highway going through this, which means that if this is on the ground, those highways are going to have to go above it, and that's going to create a little bit of an issue, probably. If I don't place this, if I place it too close, it's going to become an issue. Actually, these power lines don't need to be here anymore. Well, they're gonna need to be there, just I don't need them to be there right now. Oh my goodness, these hiccups. Okay. Sorry that I keep having to, like, hiccup myself. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have this go up above, and we're just gonna have this whole thing be an elevated highway. I've done this before, and it does sort of make things bitchy, but it's not too bad. And so we'll do that, no problem. And then we'll have this roundabout on the ground with the highway going above the roundabout here. And that will allow us to have all these off-ramps come into this nice, tidy roundabout. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm gonna make this look right. This is gonna take a lot of planning, so you gotta bear with me while I'm doing these things. And try not to pull the hair off of your head. So... yeah, I think I'm just gonna place it, that way I can actually not screw it up. Oh, I do hate how it doesn't, like, snap to be perfectly perpendicular. This is going to sort of affect my industry a tiny bit more than I was hoping it would, which is not a big deal. This is all temporary stuff anyway. It's just kind of unfortunate to have to do that. So I think that'll work, and that's only 2,400 bucks in the first place. Like, even if I have to demolish this entire thing, it's still not that expensive. So this roundabout's gonna be here-ish, and all these exits are going to exit onto it. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to make sure I'm thinking ahead. Because if I put this here, Then we're gonna have all the exits going to that. And then that's gonna be the main influx of our entire system. We can do it, it's not a big deal. So we're gonna place that there. We can delete some of these guys just for the moment because they're really not going to be important. And then I want to get this highway started sort of immediately. So we're gonna go ahead and build you as, why isn't it elevating? Oh, I was pressing the wrong key, that's why. So we're gonna elevate it twice. Too high, I should say. Not like too high, whoa, that's too high. Just, you know, 2, like as in the number 2. And boy, is that steep. That's a little, that's kind of funky looking. I'm gonna not do that. I don't like it when it looks like that. Just, to me, it looks so unprofessional, you know? So we're gonna do that, I think. I think that'll work. What do you think? I think that'll work. Ooh, gonna get this huge-ass bridge. Why is that bridge being built? Good lorda. Good Lucifer. Okay, we don't need it to be built. We can just build another guy here. So we can do that, I think. And then we'll just... I really don't like the bridges sort of randomly being built. They're just gonna look a little funky is all. Oh my goodness, that is gonna be expensive, isn't it? Okay, we could just individually build these little paths so we don't have bridges. The only reason I don't like the bridges is when I build this, it's gonna not look right. And that's unfortunate. And I'm also unsure of when I build this guy and when I re-upgrade it so that it's pointing the right way, I wonder if it's actually going to cost a ton of money to upgrade it. I can't remember. It probably does cost a lot of money to upgrade it though. And I want to get these kind of looking right-ish. That looks about right. Yeah, that's about as right as I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah, no, that's almost perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna upgrade this guy back the other way, just like that. How much did that cost? Did it cost anything? Does it cost 20? Does it really only cost 20 bucks? Because that's like nothing. That's seriously like so cheap. So we're gonna have to demolish this because it's not quite doing its job correctly. That's okay. You know, it looks good. It looks good. It really does. That's actually lined up correctly and everything. All of the most important part about these highways being elevated like this, which in my opinion can be bitchy, is oh, and we have some floating trucks. Isn't that nice? Watch, they'll teleport as soon as I unpause it. I love that. Magical rails of happiness. Anyways, the reason I don't like these is because, well, at least before, when you couldn't build them like how I just did, these supports would get in the way because they'd be all like, there would be one here, and then this road would have one here, and it would just be all mangled and crazy, and they would be like totally off. But now I can make them perfect, like this, how all the supports are like lined up perfectly. So that's really super duper awesome. And now we're just gonna continue on with our road system, I think. And does it really only cost 20 to upgrade these things? That's so awesome if that is the case. I like these sort of wide bridges like that. I think I'm gonna do that. And then we'll do the same thing. Just like as wide as it could go. Oh, that looks so freaking fabulous. Look at that. That looks so good. Okay, let's upgrade it and see how much it's gonna cost. Oh, you can't upgrade it because it's a bridge. Oopsie. Not what I meant to do. That sucks. That totally sucks. So that means I have to demolish all this. Oh god, it's so much money. Oh, that's so much money. Oh no. Okay, so I'm probably not gonna do bridges then. Oh man. God, so much money just for looks. Oh, I'm paying the price. I am so paying the price. Oh boy. Let's just focus on doing the exits right now. I think that's what's important. Because we may not be able to afford to even get this really past where it's at right now. And that's not important. That's not important. Anyways, just sort of for future proofing. So we'll go freehand with this guy, and then we're gonna maybe go like, probably we're gonna build this as close as it can, and then this guy will have to be built sort of around here. Something like that. And as you can see, I'm very much sort of just experimenting with how it's all gonna look. See, that might not work because this support's probably gonna get in the way, but we can try it. Certainly, we can always just try. So we'll do something like this. And then, yeah, see, that support's totally being a bizzle. Yep, can't even think about it, let alone actually do it. Which is a bit unfortunate. So let's just trying to make it as close, as tight as possible. Yes, there we go. Okay. So then I'm going to go like that into this. That looks nice. The unfortunate thing is there's no way in hell I'm gonna get that symmetrical on the other side. And this roundabout, as you can see, is totally warping. Like, I don't even know, it just warps for some reason. It doesn't stand like... Oh, Jesus, look at that, the support. It warped into the support. That's totally not gonna be a good thing. Maybe it'll warp back. Oh, Jesus, it keeps warping. Oh, that's just the LOD. That's just the level of detail thing. I wonder if it'll warp back when I build these roads. Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay, so let's do the same thing with you. Oh, wait. Okay, those were both getting off, right? Those were both getting off? They were. Yes, okay. So then these are gonna have to be built just how I just built them and then re-upgraded to where they're going this way. It's probably confusing if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna try, and I probably shouldn't even try, but I'm gonna try to get this, like, half decent looking. Oh, there's just no way in hell I'm gonna even get close, am I? Alright. That is actually... That is what I would consider close. It's certainly not the same, but it's close. That doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad at all. All right, I'm a little proud of myself. Then we're gonna do the same thing here, ish. Yeah, something like that. And then a little bit of a hoop-a-da-boop. Just a little hoop-a-da-boop, and then a straight-on bip-a-da-bop. Perfect. And then, of course, we are gonna have to re-upgrade these by right-clicking, right-clicking, right-clicking. And that way they'll be the right way. That does not look awful. Look at that. That actually sort of looks like I tried to do it right. Awesome. That's really gonna bug the shit out of me, but as long as it doesn't create issues with my traffic, I'm okay with it. Oh man, it doesn't look great though, does it? Poor roundabouts. Poor roundabouts. I could probably demolish it and retry, but I feel like that's gonna break everything, because that's sort of in like this magical part where it's probably going to work, it just doesn't look right, and if I demolish it and rework it, it's probably not gonna be able to be reworked. So we're just gonna leave it for the moment. And then we're gonna need to complete these highways. I'm gonna push them along a little bit since we still have about 25 grand. And we're not gonna do bridges because they're not upgradable. And they need to be perfectly aligned, so I can't do bridges, unfortunately. So we're just gonna like that. And then same thing. And bridges are overrated anyway. You know, no one needs bridges. Who needs them? You know, they're totally useless. Perfect. Okay. And then we're gonna again upgrade that guy so he's aligned right. And then I do want to push this industry out this way a little bit more, so it'd probably be wise to go along probably about till here with my highway, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm already down 10 grand just from that. Good golly Wally, how much is one section without a bridge? How much is that? Oh, it's almost 3,000? Oh, it's only 2,500. That's not that bad. I wonder if the upgrade actually does cost a lot. Let's see, let's find out. So that's only 24, and then what happens when I click upgrade? How much goes away? So I'm at 10? Nothing, it's only 20. Okay, so these highways are just straight up expensive. Has nothing to do with the upgrading. So in that case, probably only gonna be able to go one more section. Like that. I'm glad that those upgrades don't cost a lot though, because it allows me to do this without punishing me, getting it all perfectly lined. Do you see what I'm talking about though? You see how all the supports are perfectly lined up? That means we're gonna be able to do roads in between them really easily. And the last city I did this with, this little upgrade tool to make it one way like that, that was not out yet. So I'm really happy to have it all lined up like this, because it looks nice. Anyways, so And the reason I am extending it out this way is so that I'll be able to make off-ramps right into our industry, so they won't necessarily have to get all bottlenecked up here. And which probably means I'm going to build another roundabout kind of exactly how I did there, which is probably going to look cool. We're just going to have roundabout off-ramps and on-ramps throughout our whole city, and I think that's a good way to do it. And we're not leaving much money for any kind of other things, which is probably not the best. And it's, you know, we got this derpy little U-turn that no highway in real life probably would ever have. But, actually, knowing humans, there probably are mini highways that look just like that. So, the basic idea, again, with a road hierarchy is you've got this awesome, I think they call it regional or something. I'm reading this basically off of some guy that put a post on the subreddit. You got the big highways, right? And then you go into your slightly smaller roads, like the 6 lanes and the 4 lanes, like this one. And then you go into your 2 lanes. The 2 lanes are pretty much only for, like, residential, simple stuff like that. The 4 lanes are the roads that you want right by your highway, same with 6 lanes. And 6 lanes can actually take sort of the job of a highway if they don't have a whole bunch of intersections, which is really, really good. So, from there, I suppose we do need to build a few roads. And I really hate 4 lanes, but I think I'm just going to do it sort of only to make it match. So we're just going to build this guy like that. And that doesn't look too bad for right now. I think that'll work. And then we obviously need to connect our little roundabout here. So, maybe we could do... This isn't gonna be... This is all temporary. I keep saying that. It's sort of like an excuse for how bad I'm doing this. Yeah, I just need something to work, you know? I just need something that'll work for right now. If I just build one, it's probably gonna bottleneck super duper hard. So I'll build one here, and then I'll build a second one, and I'm sorry, Mr. Industry, or just, you know, industry in general. Yeah, this is all gonna have to be reworked, unfortunately. And I'm probably gonna replace all these 4 lanes, at least some of them, with 6 lanes, because I really hate 4 lanes. I don't even know why I'm building them, really. But, I don't know how I want to do this yet. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna go bulldoze basically all of my industry. We're gonna delete that. Unfortunately, we're really just gonna have to get rid of all that industry. I'm sorry, guys. And... probably just do the same exact thing, but over here. Not enough money. That makes sense. So we're just gonna wait for a few seconds until I get enough money, and we're almost there, I think. Something that's gonna look half symmetrical, maybe? Possibly. My middle name is Wes Anderson, obviously. That's why I'm so symmetrical all the time. Okay, that is good-ish. Good-ish. That's about as good as... Oh yeah, power line's right. It's about as good as I'm gonna get it for the moment. So, a cool little tip that Quill discovered was that you could put a water tower in between these highways, because, you know, there's enough room for them, and they'll actually transfer the power without having to build power lines. Power lines really aren't gonna be a big deal, so I think I'm just gonna do that instead. But they do look nice. Like, I can just... oh, I can't even afford a water tower. That's hilarious. But you see, they sort of just sit right in between, and they give you extra water, so that's nice. But again, power lines are not going to be a big deal for the moment, and I can fit them under here, right? Okay, well, never mind. Power lines are gonna be a big deal. God damn it. So I guess we're gonna wait until we can build a water tower, because that's gonna be the easiest way to do it without having to go all the way around our highway. Because that's just gonna look bad. So these are $3,500. So for the moment, my entire industry is just going to be done. Oh, and our water supply is gonna be done. So no one's gonna have water either. This is gonna be great. Is there really no way I can get this freaking power line underneath the highway? It's just too high. It's just too high, is that the case? Oh, come on, those power lines are, like, totally low enough. Bullshit. Look at those things. I know it's a horrible angle, but, oh, they're not even, like, they're not even touching. Oh, come on. They'll be fine. Gosh, freaking city regulation bullshit. We're just gonna wait just a little, just a tiny bit more time. I know you don't get water. I know my entire industry. Oh god, they're gonna go belly up. Come on, $3,500 bucks. How hard could it be? Oh, I should just take out a loan. I should just take out a loan. I'm an idiot. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we were gonna build a water tower. That's what we were gonna do. I hope this will actually transfer the power, because if this doesn't, boy, are we screwed. So let's build it, like, right in the center. Like that, and... Oh, it totally did. It totally did. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. That's sweet. Okay, and we can totally demolish these power lines. They're totally unnecessary. Yeah, I said that last time, and then it totally almost made my industry utterly screwed. And do I have to rezone some of this industry? Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna dezone the stuff that's right near our little intersection, because like I've been, ooh, that's not what, oh boy, that was way too much. Stupid paint tool. Never did anything for anyone, so we're gonna do that. Dezone that. And yeah, that'll work for the moment, I think. Again, we've got a young city, so we can screw up. When I should say, like, the real pros of this game come out when you've built a city of, like, 100,000 people or something. Not even that. I mean, you know, just a relatively larger city than what I have now. Once you start getting crazy, as far as traffic goes, that's when the real good players of this game shine. Because I would definitely have to say that this game is all about traffic. It's all about traffic strategies. Got all the people having fun. These people in these cities, by the way, they really like to walk. They totally would prefer walking as opposed to driving if they could. So if you can build alternative public transportation for them, they will walk like everywhere. These people are like super duper fit and happy to walk. Even the like hella old people with canes and stuff, they're perfectly fine with walking like 1 billion miles to do whatever they need to do. So also seeing this, not enough goods to sell. Okay, that probably means we need more generic industry. At least that's how I'm going to interpret.